happening. And we're on. We're on like Donkey Kong, baby. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm excited, scared. I don't know. I'm just going through a lot of emotions seeing you do this show from your hot tub.
Well, I said I'd do it sooner or later, and today is an epic day. Today is an epic show. I cannot wait. This is going to be good. I am so pumped to be here with you guys today, and in the hot tub of all places. It's going to be fantastic. Unless this thing falls off of here, and then I get zapped, and then it's done. But maybe I may be immune to electricity. We don't know yet. I am a welder by chance. This might happen, but we'll find out.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I've been moving around a lot here, but yeah, there we go. So we're on. How's your week been?
My week is busy, and it's Tuesday. That's scary. No, I can't complain. Not a terrible week. Things are good. Yeah. How about you?
Well, the same. Just a very hectic, crazy, but nice. Nice, right? It's. I'm happy to be here with you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to be here with you, and we got a very special guest today on After the Cook. Yes, we do. This one right here, Mr. Chris Shem, the Titletown Griller.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
And of course, Mel Schmeller Jr. at Dark Side of the Grill, coming live to you from his hot tub while drinking a Corona.
There we go. How we doing?
And just for the record, guys, he is not wearing a swimsuit either.
That's the one. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Now let's bring in our guest. I'm super pumped to introduce you guys to Noah Sims, the Mountainman. Oh, this is fantastic. There he is. Da-da-da-da.
What is going on, y'all? How are y'all?
Oh, living the dream.
I am so happy you could make it today, brother. This is so awesome. I've wanted to get you on here for a while. I
am stoked that you wanted me to get on here. The fact that you're in the hot tub though is just this is a first. This is a first. Like I've done a lot of podcasts and a lot of these. Never had anybody do one in the hot tub. I feel like this is like early 90s MTV kind of style right here on this interview.
Spring break.
Yeah, spring break interview. Dude,
that's it.
Talk about barbecue.
Oh, I love it, man. I've been talking about this for a while, but I'm super happy to finally try it. As long as this thing doesn't go over. Well, what happened there? Crazy. As long as this thing doesn't flip over, we're fine.
Excellent. Well, what have y'all been doing today? I know that I've been running around Nashville literally all day.
I can't wait to tell me all about that. I'm pumped about that. For me, it's been a pretty even keel day. There hasn't been a ton going on, right? So, yeah, this has been the highlight of my day for sure. Business as usual, talking to people, setting things up and things like that. But it's been pretty low key. We were going to set up the Halloween decorations, but like we've had the winds of Jesus up here today. It's been nuts.
The winds of Jesus.
Oh, it's been crazy. It's been nuts. Like everything's just flying around. And so I said, like, we're not doing the Halloween decorations today. So
is Halloween up there in Alberta pretty much exactly the same as down here in the U.S.? Or is Alberta Halloween any different? Do y'all's witches do anything different?
I don't think so. You go door to door and you get candy and you decorate the house up. And if you're going to the bar, no one's wearing clothes, right? For no reason. They got like bunny ears on and they're a bunny. It's just,
Love
yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Other than that, though, it's, I don't know. I think it's the same.
Well, a lot of like slutty pumpkins, slutty penguins, slutty nurses. God damn it. That's game.
Yep.
Did someone say, I think, sir, Mr. Titletown? Did someone say, I think someone said game just a second ago. I don't know.
Yeah, now it's official. Oh, Yelich.
Oh no.
Sir, can you explain what you're watching, sir?
I turned it off, so I'm watching a black screen now.
Sir, before then, could you explain to the viewers, sir, you look like you're depressed. Sir, can you pull it together, sir, and explain to the viewers what you're actually watching besides fantastic baseball? What exactly on the screen?
I just saw my Milwaukee Brewers lose to your Atlanta Braves.
Man. And what happens now in your life? Like, what are you doing moving forward?
I got the Packers yet, so we're okay.
Go Aaron Rodgers. Doo-doo, boop, doo boop.
Got the Packers, and the Bucks start up, and then Marquette basketball starts back up, so we're okay.
You know, that's a really nice, positive way of really looking at that. Giannis is such a wonderful pleasure to watch. He's such an incredible. I remember it was so funny because my mom always kind of like reads articles and stuff and be like, "Hey Noah, you need to read this." And I remember when he got drafted, he did a little magazine piece in Sports Illustrated about how this kid could evolve into being the future of the NBA. But the way he was built was like the perfect basketball player. And this is when he was really skinny. He's tiny.
When he was like 17.
Yeah. It's like he could really, the possibility of like if he grows into what he should be, he could be a freak. And then he literally did that. I remember reading like this kid, this is like because he could, I mean, he had just full potential written all over him. The way that he looks about life, I think he's such a complete package of a human being, and any state is lucky having him represent.
You know, and the fact that we get them to lock up and stay here and win here, and you know, it's just the type of guy that he was. I mean, there's a story of when he first came over, he was sending all of his money over to Greece to his family, and then all of a sudden he realized he didn't have money to take a cab to the game, so he started running to the game to the game. And he's probably he was in St. Francis, and that's Milwaukee downtown. It's good two or 3 miles. So he was starting to just run to the game, and luckily somebody recognized him and gave him a ride. But that's just the type of guy that he was. Now that he signed a $253 million contract, I don't think he's hard up for money anymore. But
here's the thing with him. I look at him as a modern day Hakeem Olajuwon. I think he's the closest player. His defense is so fantastic. Yeah. Offensively, he's like a more athletic Hakeem Olajuwon, which Hakeem Olajuwon is one of the greatest of all time, one of my favorite players. But I think Giannis can totally be, when it's all said and done, if he pops 3 championships, another MVP, he starts getting into, top 10 all time, talk. I think he could do that. I think there's no reason he couldn't. I mean, the sky's the limit for that guy. He can get better. His prime is going to be about 2 more years. So that's what's kind of scary is he's not in his prime on how he's such a pleasure to watch.
If he develops his jump shot, there's no way to stop him because no one's going to have the ability to guard him close and not let him blow by him. And then, so he's got a chance. He has the work ethic, so who knows?
Well, why don't we cook for him sometime? We need to work on that.
I've cooked with several of the Packers, but no Bucks yet.
Well, let's work on that. That'd be fantastic to sling them some big, bold, beautiful Buck flavor. That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet baby Jesus umami flavors for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Noah? Now, you're in Nashville now. For those of you who don't know, he was on season 10 of Masterchef and made it all the way to the top 4. But before we get into that, let's start at the beginning. What got you into cooking?
I was a fat kid that loved eating, and I wanted to learn how to make food better. And then I realized that women loved a man that could cook. So I wanted to become the man that everybody always wanted to have at the spot. So being on the lake, we need Noah because we know the food's going to be better. So like I wanted to become the dude for cooking that literally was always just hang out, cooking, making people happy because food is the uniter. I speak two languages, English and food. So I always enjoyed being able to take a situation, throw down food into it, and it was always going to be probably better. So I recognized that it was easy for me to pick up techniques, being able to watch something one time and be able to figure it out and be able to advance it. Being humble in the game of that I could never maximize cooking. Like I'm always able to learn something, and I love that because I have such a hunger for knowledge. So with cooking, it's unlimited. You're never going to master it. Like it's never going to happen. You might master one element of something, but you're never going to master cooking. It's impossible. No human being that's ever walked the planet other like Michael Jordan has completely maximized the basketball. It cannot be done more. LeBron James has maximized. Like there's certain things, professions where you can totally Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, that can just maximize sports that it can't be done better. And it's like, for cooking, it's not that way at all. I mean, you can go like when I went to India, which really reinvigorated my love and passion for food. Dude, you could drive down the road 15 miles and you're in a whole different world of flavor, of different techniques. And you're like, how the hell can I literally be down the road and it's like I'm eating Brazilian food one minute and then I'm eating Chinese. Like, it's like, how can that happen? It's like, well, dude, you can go to 37 different regions of India food wise. So when someone's like, oh, I love Indian food, it's like, well, what type of Indian food? Like, it's like, oh, I love American food. It's like, what type of American food on steroids? Like Indian food, there's so many different regions. So for cooking with me, man, like every day is an adventure with cooking. You can unite worlds with cooking. So I always took it as a responsibility to be the guy that provided that happiness.
Right on. So You mentioned you lost a lot of weight. I think on your Instagram profile it said 127 pounds.
Yeah, so I used to weigh 360 pounds. I float between about 230, 240. I think I'm about 237, 238 right now.
That's fantastic. So is it just a matter of diet or?
I always told people that giving glory to God is first step to weight loss, is recognizing that there is no excuses or anything like that. It's recognizing the purpose in the situation. That like if I was born like my dad, which is just ripped 6'3" monster, just super athlete, whatever, I don't know if I'd have learned the humility and learned and been the person that I am because of like narcissism set in. So like being a fat guy that when I was little got picked on at church and all of this, but never got picked on in school because I was the biggest in my grade. So like the yin and yang of my life, I always told people like on Masterchef that my life was like the movie Slumdog Millionaire. And like now, these last 5 years, 3 years is like I'm sitting in the seat and every single thing in my life had purpose to happen to right now. It's like because I cared, because I gave a damn, I paid attention to what actually was going on. So now that I'm ready to rock and roll, ready to proceed, I've got all this knowledge to keep moving forward. So, for me right now, things are getting real interesting. Very, 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 very interesting.
I love it, brother. I absolutely love it. And it was a weird, I don't even know how it happened that you and I crossed paths on here, but it did. Like, instant.
I can tell you, it's real simple. It's real easy. The dude in the hot tub is asking, "How do we cross paths?" Let's see here. I'll tell you how it happened. I see this dude bust on this video, comes in sideways like James Brown on a video with this mustache thing. I'm like, who in the hell is this yodeling? Like, what is this manimal that I'm seeing on the screen? I don't know, but this dude's a superstar, and I need to tell him that immediately. So I get on my phone, immediately always send a video message, send him a video message like, dude, you don't know me from Adam. My name's Noah Sims. You might have seen me on Masterchef US. Said, but you are a bona fide superstar. I said, you're going to do big, big things. I said, trust me. So, and you know what, dude, Mel's doing even better at this point right now than I thought. He's like freaking rocking and rolling, making this big freaking smoker. Like, dude, things are moving and shaking bacon.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm having a blast, but it just, you're one of those friends, right? You're one of those friends where you just peek to see what's happening, and you never know where you're at. You never know what you're doing. You're in the Wish kitchen, right? You're in Beverly Hills. You're in that, like, oh.
Yeah, I'm with this guy right there. There's Matt, the Gorkinator, picking up his giant sled of big, bold, beautiful flavors.
Love it. I love it.
It's going to be this trailer, man. I'm telling you, Matt, it is an absolute complete unit. He told me, he's like, well, I wasn't going to have this or this or this. And thank God he had the balls to pull the trigger on all the things that he was like, maybe not, maybe this, maybe that, because, I mean, the storage space is fantastic. The smokers, what's understood is understood, doesn't need to be said. That thing is just absolute machine. To be able to have the warmer, it has a full stack warmer in it. He's got three hotel bins, a hot table, so he can get he's got 6 eye burners. He's got a 22-inch flat top. It is top of the line. Like, he's not missing a beat. It's got full air conditioning. So, and I mean, I'm 6'7", or for you Canadian, 202 centimeters. So for me to have, what would you say height wise? 3 inches over my head. What's the ceiling?
Maybe 3 inches.
Yeah, it's probably 3 to 5 inches over my head. And most food trailers and stuff, I'm getting my head hit or I'm scrunching in.
So it's like
all food trucks. There's not a lot of food trucks I can stand straight up in.
So it's like a 7-foot roof in there.
It's got, that's what I said, 6'10", 7 foot. Like, it's fantastic, which for me, that's huge. Water? Is there something else?
I'm gonna open it for you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I've got my, thank you. Perfect. I love this. I've been his chauffeur all day. I've driven 700 miles. So
that's fantastic. I love it. Love it.
Man, I was parched like I was in the Gobi Desert.
I can't wait to see that rig in motion, man. That's going to be deadly.
It is deadly is the perfect word. I mean, it's literally going to be like deadly as something out of Mad Max. I mean, this is someone runs Hobbitown with this thing. The Master. That's what I need to call you. Like, that's a false masculine name for you, but like, you totally need to run that. The Blaster Master barbecue flavor. Who runs Hobbitown? The Blaster Master barbecue flavor.
The griddle's name is the Art.
Yes, the griddle name is the Art because it's going to save him multiple times. So I believe in naming things. Like, I don't know if you do that, but I believe naming your vehicle, naming your guns, knives, pretty much anything that I own, I name. Like, started thinking, I was like, guns, names, other things,
Yeah.
shoes, types of overalls. This is Larry. This is Larry.
Yeah.
Like Larry to swallow me up.
No, I hear you. The month before Christmas, the wife calls me Mr. Beefy, so I get it. It pays out triple, just like that.
Mr. Beefy.
That's it. That's the one.
There's
Yeah.
definitely worse things to be
I'm
called.
changing your name in my phone as Mr. Beefy. So every time you FaceTime me, it says Mr. Beefy wants to FaceTime with you. Sounds like a South Park character. Hi, kids, this is Mr. Beefy.
That's the one.
Them delicious flavors.
Just come in my van.
Yes,
That's the one. Exactly. That's in my meat wagon. That's the one.
In my meat wagon. I'm delivering the meat wagon. Excellent. Now we got a corn shoot. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, but so what we talked about a month ago about getting something going in December or January to do a big barbecue cook. I mean, with his trailer, I mean, dude, there's the amount of space. We got 125 acres. I've talked to multiple barbecuers that would be totally down because they understand the impact of being able to have 10 or 15 big time barbecuers there, on top of having 20 or 30 big time influencers there that are doing their other things, that are doing camping and all this other stuff, where you basically make an influencer gypsy camp, where you're having 50 to 100 million reach that are just sitting there, where you could have public come through one day and they could be trying all the food or whatever. Or we just have a soiree where everyone's just getting to know everybody, everyone's connecting, everyone is eating, supper every night, which I think I would totally be down with that.
The long table of barbecue.
Just have a giant Valhalla style, Valhalla mess hall, giant table. We'll call it a Valhalla supper table.
Yeah. Could you imagine the dino ribs? Like, that's artwork. That is,
What you need to do in yours is you just need to have just giant dino ribs.
Yeah.
And turkey legs. Smoked turkey legs and dino ribs.
I might just do ribs.
Ribs.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how much he can put on this. It's probably, that one is probably, I'm trying to think of the square feet of yours. Probably, it's probably half the size of yours, probably.
Yeah, his is 1,000, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a 500.
Okay, so that's why I was sitting there. I'm like trying to gauge it. I didn't even know yet. It's a half the size of yours. Yeah.
Well, like what you saw on mine, I don't have that center bar.
Right. So it's bigger. Yeah. Right.
It's like
Yeah, he doesn't have the center bar, which is really nice on his size, because you can just have the slide rack, which I think getting maybe a handle or something, a little knob there on that, because I was like pulling that rack out, and I was like, there needs to be like something. You're trying to grab the holes and stuff. What do you do on your trailer, Mel, on the rack? How do you pull your racks out?
From the bottom. So the top rack is the one that moves back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And it's 1 inch square tubing. So you just grab the bottom of it and slide it right out. So the top is flat. The bottom you can grab right underneath, slide it out.
Can you do that with yours?
I'll have to look at it.
I was going to say the way I don't know if they box the whole thing in. Okay. Interesting. Yep. Okay. Yep. Excellent. Well, what would y'all like to talk about now?
What do you grill on? What's your go-to grilling? I mean, I've seen you with like live fire and just like a grate over the fire.
I have a grill on the back of my truck right now. The hitch fire. I'm testing it out right now, just putting it through the woodworks, literally going through the mountains. It is hooked onto a double propane burner system. They're coming out with another design for this thing. Gets hot very quickly, cannot retain heat at all real well, but the hitch system is fantastic. the grill just kind of sucks. But they're working on that. They're literally coming out with one. My go-to grill if I'm smoking, I'm sponsored by like 16 grill companies. So I've got like every type of it literally depends on like what I'm cooking, what style I am, because I literally try different ones like all the time because I have so many of them and I'm trying to get an opinion of them, and I'm using them all the time. I would say my favorite grill that has really blown my mind is the Spark Grill out of Boulder, Colorado. As far as a holy shit factor, that's something that nobody else has. There's not a grill out of all the grills I do. If it was just like, I need to grill out real quick, I can put a briquette in there, twist the knob, and in 15 seconds have ignition and have a grill that can be up to 900 degrees in like 7 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So
That's awesome.
It's a lot of firepower, real quick. I love my Nomad grill. Nomad grill is absolutely absurd. It's a briefcase style grill. Cam and John in Texas, they are freaking studs. The Ace Smoke grills, I had one of the spools break, but we're working on R&D, Dave and me. So they literally sent me like 20 grills, like literally 20. And I gave them away to like FedEx guys, family members, all this stuff. And a couple of their grills have been absolutely fantastic, and a couple of their grills have just been kind of like, I don't know. So I'm like kind of all over the place. It really all depends on what I'm going to be, really what I'm going to be protein wise. Like I love vegetables. So like the Spark Grill, man, it gets such a ridiculous, beautiful sear on vegetables. Like I can do zucchini strips and have those things sit on that grate and get literally perfect grill marks every single time because the heat is perfectly distributed. So Spark Grill, probably, I'm like thinking about it because no one even asked me that because I have so many going on. The PK Grill is fantastic. The Fuego de Argentina. It's just really just, what am I trying to do? Am I trying to do a bunch of steaks? If I'm doing like a bunch of steaks, I'm probably going to be going on a ceramic, like a Kamado Joe or something like that. I need to start working with Green Egg because, they're a Georgian company. I've never reached out to them, though.
Yeah, it's funny because all three of the major Kamado style grills are based out of Atlanta. Big Green Egg, Kamado Joe, and Primo. They're all out of Atlanta.
Yeah, because we're the best in Georgia. We make better grills than we actually make. There's 15 grill companies in Georgia. So your Blazing Bull, all of these, your Beefer, the Beefer's made in Georgia. Waynesboro is where the Blazing Bull is. The Primo is Duluth. Kamado Joe is Marietta. So yeah, Georgia's really fantastic at making grills. Like we're really the what?
Yeah, Rectex in Augusta, right?
Rectex in Augusta. Yeah, Rectex in Augusta. Which I reached out to them and they didn't even bat an eye at me. I literally sent them a video and they're just like, "Oh, great, we're glad." I'm like, "Okay, I'd love to come on your show and just cook, hang out, grill some things." I don't want any money. That's the good thing about getting these is like, well, Mel will tell you, like, when I get sponsored, like, I want to become friends with you. Like, I want to take your product and do some really cool things with it. You don't have to pay me. I'm not going to be your whore. Like, I want to be your friend. I want to establish a symbiotic relationship where I take your products, where I don't have to spend my money, and then I freaking maximize them. And I show people what you can do with them. It's perfect.
Tell them the story of the booze block.
Oh, I mean, the booze block. I mean, now I reached out to them. It took me for like a year because when I was on Masterchef, all the companies that we were using, I remember telling my buddy Nick DiGiovanni, I was like, dude, out of all the companies we're using, I was like, there is one company that we need to stick with. I said, because I've known about this company and I've wanted this company since I was in culinary school in 2010, and that is Booze Block. So I reached out to them and they like asked me, you know, what with 17,000, like, what are you going to do for us? Like, what could you possibly do for us? Because my buddy at the time, Nick, had 100,000, and they're like, with 100,000, you know, we'll take a shot. So I told her exactly how the ROI with me worked, that if you can send me some stuff, I'm going to be getting them in the hands of the right people. I'm going to be traveling all over the world. I'm always going to be using your products. Well, that was 2 years ago, and now they've sent me personally over probably $10,000 worth of Boost Block stuff. I've got a 500-pound Boost Block table in my house. I've got the giant solid 36 by 6 foot prep table that I wanted when I was in culinary school, and I said I'd own that one day. They sent me that. Every person that I've ever sent Mandy a message about, hey, you need to get this person on the Boost family, she immediately takes care of them, sends them boards. I've gotten 6 tables sent to multiple people that have turned them into millions and millions of views of them building them, turning them into people that I know is going to have big impact for Boost. So I've really looked out and formed an outstanding relationship with them. And because of that, I mean, the impact of like today, they were featuring like if you had these houses full of chefs, and like I was in this thing where they're putting me in this house. So like, if we can get these houses together with these chefs, and I'm like, with these ridiculous people, and I'm like, this is so cool that this is a company that I looked at for such a long time, and I didn't have the money because I was a struggling like college guy to buy these nice things, to buy these. And now, because I stayed true to the process, because I was able to establish and make great friendships with them, so many people have won with them. They're doing better than they've ever done ever. They're so dadgum busy. Like, they're back ordered like 3 freaking months. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. And it kind of shows you that if you don't just care about transactional relationships and actually establishing real relationships, that you can make exponentially more money in the long run with your sweat equity.
I know you're probably partial to House 2 from Booze Blocks, but I like House 1 too.
House 1's strong. House 1's very strong. I wrote that. That's the only one that I wrote. It's like House 1's extremely strong. It's a strong house.
I like Stephanie Izard.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Wolfgang and Gordon are in there too, so you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then you have Wolfgang and Gordon in there, which are just absolute hammers.
Right.
The thing is that, like, if I was to build an all-star.
Ooh. Yeah. This will be fun. Name your all-star house. Pick 4 chefs that are in the house with you.
Okay, so 4 plus me, or just 4? Because I'm totally not a top 10,000 chef in the world. 4
plus you. So 4 people
me.
that you want in your house to cook with you.
If I was to build the 92 dream team of big, bold, beautiful flavor bringers, do they have to be alive, or we can make this real interesting? Can they be alive, or they can be dead as well?
For now, they have to be alive.
Okay, for now, alive. So Masaharu Morimoto, no question. Grant Atkins, Rene Redzepi, and man, probably Tristan Farner for Zen out in Singapore.
Okay. Mel?
Nope.
You're not picking 4?
I'm not picking 4 at all. That's it.
Nope.
Just nope. Not going to do it.
It's just going to be Mel.
Just gonna, you know what? I'd order out. That's it. I couldn't even imagine picking 4 chefs.
Yep,
This
pick 4.
man, I'd like to see David Chang in there, right? Because I love everything. Like half the seafood on Momofuku like is nuts. David Chang for sure. I don't know, man. That's such a tough question, man. It's oh,
All right. I'll let you think about it while I answer.
Yeah.
Adam Perry Lang.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my big grill influencers. I want to say Francis Mullman, but I feel like after watching his episode of Chef's Table, like there's more than just cooking that might go on at some of his. So if he's in my house, I'm a little.
It's like, what kind of touching of what is going on here?
Right. What kind of compound are you cooking in? No, but he'd be awesome. Just the way that he works with fire and does stuff with fire.
He's really starting. He's starting a movement, though. I just was doing a big open the fire cook, and Josh was talking extensively about him, and he's really making a big mark. I mean, he's really kind of a revolutionary thought processor.
Yep. So, APL, Francis Mullman, Sean Brock.
Okay, there you go.
Probably Stephanie Izard. I like her, the way she crosses over with her flavors. I've eaten at a restaurant a couple of times. I like eating her food, but I like the way that she will take kind of traditional American cooking. She has her Asian style cooking now with DuckDuckGo, and I think she's got another, Indian style cooking restaurant now too. So I mean, she does a lot with different flavors. So she'd be up there too.
Yeah, fantastic choices. Audrey just opened up. It's literally it's gonna be like 13 minutes away from where we're at right now. I looked at reservations for us to try to get in there, and that did not happen.
Yeah, I had an email. It must have been on some mailing list. So like before they opened up reservations, I had an email to make one, but I'm not going down there anytime soon. But I want to because of that. My youngest daughter's name is Audrey, so it's definitely a place that I want to go to and go see.
I'm just telling you right now that within 2 years, that that'll be the #1 restaurant in the world. I'm telling you right now, what John's going to do here, what he's going to do, no one's ever done with the set net. Like, he's right on the cusp of one of the people that I almost named for what he does for nouveau Southern American food. Really, Misha Bailey for the Gray. Her and Sean, I think, really are setting a standard. Grant Atkins or Hugh Atchison. I don't remember to say Grant, but Hugh Atchison in Athens.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that he does for Southern cuisine here is absurd. Southern food is so much more than people understand, and I believe that out of all of Americanized food, American style food, there's nothing comparable. There's not even there's nothing close on something to identify identity with a certain type of people that are actually like that. More, I think, than Southern food. I mean, they tell stories. I mean, and for Sean, he's a storyteller. So you got a guy that's a storyteller that's slinging the best tasting food on the planet out of his kitchen. I mean, it's going to be a magical spot. I'm really looking forward to trying it.
Well, and I think one of the cool things about Southern food is it really does sum up America in general. I mean, Southern food isn't just, okay, this food did not originate from Southern America. This food originated from Africa. It originated from all these different places, and it's the melting pot and the culmination of the melting pot turned into this Southern food. And what Sean's doing is he's taking that history and he's very big on honoring the history of what food was for him with his grandma Audrey, and how she would preserve food, grow her own food, and do all that. But he's taken it to the next level, and really trying to modernize that. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I've eaten at Husk down in Charleston, which is my favorite place in the world to go visit, and that's a really good representation of some of that southern food too. With the Gullah influences down there, and barbecue. But he took that, and he had McCready's down there too, which I would imagine Audrey's probably a little bit more like McCready's, where it's a chef's table type thing. But the dude's passion and his how much he strives for excellence and really wants to perfect everything that he puts out there while honoring the past and making it new is just amazing. And I think, just like you said, I think it's just a matter of time before he'll be right up there with Linea and the French Laundry and all those other restaurants that are the best in the nation. And I think it won't be long before he's mentioned in that same breath too.
So, I mean, I agree with every point you said, but I mean that the Southern chefs right now, man, and I mean out of Atlanta, like the growing, Kevin Gillespie is.
Mm-hmm. Gun Show, right?
What?
Gun Show.
Gun Show, correct. Yeah. I ate at his restaurant Woodfire when I was in culinary school, and our actual final was to recreate his meal that we had, the 6-course tasting, like honey lacquered, balsamic honey lacquered quail with a cornbread cream sauce, a cevited pork belly smoked. I mean, it was like ridiculous, big, bold flavors. But like the Southern chefs, man, like Kevin's a literal genius. Like Kevin on brilliance, on actual IQ, Kevin probably is like, without question, one of the smartest chefs on the planet. Like he's MIT full ride, went to Atlanta A&I, stayed around, worked for a German guy. Literally all of his notes are in German. He does not speak German. He just literally taught himself how to write in German. Like literal a genius about everything. The way that he looks at food, the way that he can break food down. It's like these are the type of people that like Southern chefs are really just starting to sharpen their teeth, and it's getting so excited because I believe that like being a Southerner, we've always thought our food was superior, but like now you've got so much horsepower, like Mrs. Bailey down there at the Gray. Like the Southern chefs now, man, are taking world stage. I think like within the next couple of years, so much talent is now going on, and like this Audrey, I think will be a literal the best rated restaurant because you're going to have Southern hospitality meets Super Saiyan Sean Brock firing on all cylinders, this is the first restaurant he's ever had that he says 100% him. Like, this is it. Like, this is the restaurant I'm going to die in, he said. Like, this is my baby, everything I ever wanted. So it's like whenever you get that culmination, and he's always been on the precipice of Audrey. Now it's there. And it's like recognizing this, like knowing how special this is going to be. It's exciting because you're going to get to see what is going to evolve. And I think it's going to move very fast. I think all of the accolades are going to fire like a dead-gun locomotive. And it's going to be really cool to see this man get the credit that's owed to him, because people around the world don't really know who Sean Brock is, and he's one of the best on the planet.
Well, that's when he was lining that up. The catchphrase there was like, "I'm all in." Yeah. Right? Never has he he's like, "I'm all in." This is all in.
Yeah, because he always has got like 18 restaurants going on, and he spreads himself all over the place. And now he's center massing and focusing on this, and that's super exciting. Like that's that's top 3 restaurants that I want to eat at. I mean, still I've got to eat at French Laundry because I've got to see what Thomas Keller's all about. I've wanted to eat there for a really long time, but that's a top 3 for me right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We got to give Noah that list. The rapid fire list.
Yeah, I'll fire some of those at him too. Before I do that, did you happen to see pictures of Sean Brock's grill at Audrey? That grills by Den. I think it's Denman. This beautiful, like multi-level. Oh,
The grill, like
Yeah.
the racked grill machine.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. I've already
Yeah,
done a whole tour of the restaurant. Like I've already gone through every picture that they posted.
Oh.
Yes.
yes, beautiful, beautiful grill. He had a smaller, home size version out in his house before, but this. I mean, and I think he even put on there, like when he first posted a picture of it, this is the grill I'm going to die cooking on. Like it's the last grill he's going to cook on it. And it's beautiful. And it goes back to just that live fire. I think there's a firebox on one side where you started in.
Mm-hmm.
Ashes fall down. There's multiple different levels that you can raise it. It's a thing of beauty. But yeah, let's put Noah on the hot seat and throw some rapid fire questions at him.
Yeah, there's one that just let me give him the doozy right out of the gate.
Go for it. I know which one it is.
If you had to pick one for the rest of your life, beef or pork?
Beef, no question. That's not even a question. I mean,
Ham, sausage, bacon. Like, think about it.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got to go with beef. I got to go with beef. I'm a Southerner, which we do so much pork, pulled pork sausage, like lots and lots and lots of pork. All Indian food, you can have pork in that, but not beef.
Yeah.
I jumped out of the gate was like beef automatically because of ground beef and having picanha and ribeyes and fillets and
burgers.
That.
Yeah.
That's beef. It's got to be beef because I can't make a damn hamburger with pork. It's just not going to be the same.
Right. I'm with you. I'm team beef. And, and probably because of that, the more I think about it is I maybe eat pork once a week, beef once or twice a week. I mean, a lot of what I eat other than that is, chicken or fish and stuff like that. But if I'm looking forward to something,
You only eat beef once.
it's beef. It's a steak. It's
Yep.
As much as I like sausage and bacon with breakfast, and I love breakfast food,
Yep.
beef is still the star.
Yeah, Matt said like steak and eggs. Like the thought of steak and eggs gets me excited as hell. But compared to sausage and eggs, like
The thought of, if I sit and think of a life without bacon, it makes me sad.
Yep.
I might shed a tear. But it'll be the type of tear after breaking up with my girlfriend of 5 years when I was 22.
comparative to beef,
Compared to not the thought of like never eating a ribeye steak ever again in my life.
It's impossible. It's a Titanic moment.
It would be like living without my wife.
Yeah, it's like living without my wife.
Even just saying that makes me
Living
sad.
on the street without my wife. I wouldn't know how to pay bills. I'm not an adult anymore. This really escalated rapidly. We went from pork and beef to like, I will be homeless if I have known my wife. It's like my girlfriend in college, beef. No question, beef.
I think Matt needs a hug. I'm just gonna say
I think you need a hug. Jesus Christ. It really got escalated rapidly. Jesus.
You gotta make things
So he's team beef. Clearly Matt's team beef. No question. If anyone is curious about which one Matt is, he literally goes homeless gypsy if he doesn't have beef.
That's it. That's
right.
That's solid. That's solid.
Last meal. Your last meal. It's going to be the last meal you get to have.
We always say in the South, your death row meal. So
Yep.
if you're on death row, wrongfully convicted,
Of course, wrongfully convicted.
Wrongfully convicted. What would you eat? I'm telling you right now that of all the meals that make me happy, it's my mom's carnitas. They are just absolutely asinine, like how good they are. They are so, I don't know if it ties you back to being a child or that place, but like the way that my mom's a Texan and she's ridiculously good at cooking, just fantastic, great baker, great everything, just awesome. But like perfectly soft centered. She chunks them so they're cubes, so they're like a pork nugget kind of, but they get crunchy as shit on the outside, soft season on the inside, and then homemade corn tortillas my mom used to make. I'm like, we didn't get freaking store-bought tortillas, like fresh tortillas, homemade guacamole salsa with a little bit of lime crema, onions, cilantro. Call it a day. Like I could probably eat 65 of those, probably like a wood chipper. Like I maybe beat Kobayashi, maybe even Chestnut at a carnita eating contest. Like lose a damn finger. Like so good, top notch.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah,
They're killer, man. They're killer. Now, if it wasn't my mom, if she wasn't in the competition, if I had to just eat things that were just making me happy, and because I'm about to die, I would go. I think it's it has to be probably soup dumpling from Shanghai. It's probably that best bite of meal. Like I could just eat a whole thing of, I think it's xiaojiao bean, the soup dumplings that are crunchy on the bottom that you get from Shanghai. Probably the best bite of food, period. But if like you were going out where it's like, well, you can have any style meal going on. So I put a lot of thought into this question on that. Style of meal, I'm totally going Indian wedding because I'm going to get a banana leaf. I'm going to get a banana leaf and I'm going to get about 30 different things on said banana leaf. And you talk about a food orgasm, doesn't get more orgasm than an Indian wedding. Everyone's orgasming because you're going to have a banana leaf. And every single it's a spider web of flavor. Like you can bump into this to this to this to this, but everything is connected. And the way that you can yin and yang balance, because you could like, oh, I want a little bit of this because it's tart, and I want a little bit of this because it's heat, and I want a little bit of this because it's sweet. Nothing like a good Indian wedding feast on a banana leaf. Gotta have it on the banana leaf.
No.
And everybody's orgasming.
And everyone's orgasming, absolutely.
That is true, brother. That is actually, now that you say that, like I think back to like the most classic dim sum I've been to, and it's every animal under the sun, all in a Sunday brunch. Like, and you're right, man. From the puddings to the tripe to the chicken, like it goes everywhere, right through the rainbow of everything. Yeah, you're right.
That's happy, man. Every single thing you're wanting, you're just hopping and bopping, bebopping. Like classic, real Chinese food, real Indian food is very, very hard to beat because it's just you're hitting everything. Like you're in a 600-foot tall tree and slamming into every branch of flavor on the way down.
Yeah.
Next rapid fire question. That was a good one. I like that. And we didn't get a gypsy answer this time from Matt. Beef or I'll lose my life.
Yeah,
best Nashville hot chicken sandwich. Or best Nashville hot chicken, sorry.
Hattie B's.
Okay.
There you go.
No question.
Can I do that? What level are you going?
God. How old am I?
Right now.
Was it the first time that I ate it when I was 23? And I was like, I'll take the extreme, please, sir. I'll take the extra double colon blowout, please, sir. I'll take a gurney too, please, and a diaper. Thank you. Now I'm a mild guy. I'm a mild guy because I don't eat a lot of meat. Like I've eaten meat since I've been up here, but like majority of how I keep my weight off is I'm plant-based. So like if I eat any spicy things now, since I got my gallbladder taken out after I was keto for like 6 months and blew my gallbladder out, spicy food, like it's pretty much go gadget IBS. So like if I go into Terminal A at Hartsfield Jackson Airport at around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, does not need to go down to the Chick-fil-A and get the spicy chicken biscuit, where you can only get the spicy chicken biscuit, which is in the airport terminal in Atlanta. You can't get a spicy chicken biscuit anywhere else. It makes no sense. But there you can. I cannot eat those before I'm going to be going flying because those are just fierce and they'll ban. So I used to love it hot. Like I used to I wanted tears. I wanted capsaicin tears falling out of my face. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Capsaicin tears. The worst of all tears.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, that's the one. I love it. I love it. Almost shit my pants last time I went through Atlanta as well. So there's that. Yeah.
Well, next time you come into Atlanta, I'm going to blow your mind this time because I'll be your tour guide. And we'll freaking, you have no idea. Like, Atlanta is so cool if you know where to go. And the food, the pricing, the quantities, Atlanta is really hopping and bopping.
Oh, I can't wait to get back there, man. I'm doing everything I can, hustling and bustling, trying to put something together. I can't wait. Oh,
we're gonna make it happen. Everything has purpose. You're exactly where you need to be, exactly right now. So we just gotta make it happen.
Problem is, Mel, I don't think the next time you cross over that you're getting back over into Canada.
That's
one. They might not let you in.
Yeah.
Two, you may not want to go back. No offense, Canadians.
Yep.
Yeah. 85 degrees. Matt, how was the weather today? Because he's a Yankee that doesn't understand living. So, incredible. Yeah. 85 degrees, no humidity, just flawless.
I love that every time I've ever seen Matt, he looks like he's about to coach a gym class. I love it. I absolutely love it. Even sitting there in the middle of a hotel room, he's about to throw down.
It's almost like it's his profession.
Give me a whistle.
Yeah.
You really do need to have a whistle at all times. Like you just need a special person. Like that can be your thing. Like a T-shirt with a picture with a whistle, with the barbecue.
Get your whistle and
so
line
awesome.
baseline.
T-shirt with a whistle.
T-shirt with a whistle. Coach, yes.
We've come up with 10.
We've come up with like 700 T-shirts on this trip. Like, my God, the amount of T-shirt. We're gonna have a T-shirt emporium at the end of this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Waffle House, and we're gonna have Waffle House for dinner. I think tonight. Actually, I don't know what we are. They're getting hungry. They're getting hungry. The boys are getting restless.
So in Nashville, there's a place called Peg Leg Porker. You being on the vegetable kick, it's probably not for you, but Peg Leg Porker has some amazing bourbon that you need to check out. So just so you know, in the event you're around anywhere where Peg Leg Porker is, dip in there, if not for a little snort. For sure.
Hey, Peg Leg Porker.
That's correct.
I'm gonna definitely, as soon as we get off this call, I'm definitely gonna look in to see where that is and see how close we are.
Check it out, because they do some epic barbecue there as well, like epic barbecue. But he also has his own stint of bourbon, which is quite nice. So,
what? Quick question, Mel. If you were to have one barbecue dish and only one barbecue dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Now, are we talking classic or multicultural?
I'm talking like I've got a gun to your head, and I'm telling you to tell me what the flavor that you need to eat off your barbecue grill for one more time. Extreme, instant, go.
the most basic salt, pepper, garlic brisket off of a stick burner you've ever had. Post oak, probably. Post oak. And low and slow, and that's her right there.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Good answer.
That's that's just good answer. Good answer.
Brisket's good. Pulled pork is fantastic. I love me a rack of ribs, but if it can only be one, it'd be a pile of about 50 chicken wings.
See, we did this on the weekend. I had my last event, couple hundred people at the brewery, right? I pulled out Lyra, knocked it out of the park. Amazing. Same deal. Those damn quarter chickens. And everyone's like, the brisket's awesome and the pulled pork right on. But this chicken, man, and they always go back because of the air exchange, right? And the skin gets nice and crispy, but if you stick a temperature probe in there, you pull it out, it squirts, right? Like it's that juicy. And people go bananas over it. I'm not a huge fan of chicken. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a huge poultry fan. And it just it drives me bonkers when people say that. I'm like, there's a mound of brisket on your plate and you're freaking out about the chicken?
You're talking about the fucking chicken.
Fucking chicken. Like this took me, this took me 45 minutes to cook, right? The brisket, I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning swearing, drunk, right? Feeding the logs, like, and you're talking about the chicken. Like a quick rub on the bang, off, we're done, finished, spritz once, we're finished. Like the brisket, I wrapped the thing, I shook the thing, I sang to the thing, and you're talking the chicken.
Well, here's the thing. Barbecue is one of those types of meat, or barbecue is a type of food that recalls memories from people. Okay? Yes, everybody on here knows how to cook a brisket. 300 people that you're serving, 10 of them probably could cook a brisket. Maybe 30 of them could cook wings or not wings, ribs or pulled pork. But every single one of them has a memory of either them cooking chicken, going camping with their parents, and them and them making chicken. That when they eat that, that's what's going to spark a memory for them. Is like, you know what? I know I can't cook a brisket, but I can probably cook some chicken.
I think you're really right with that point, brother man. I think you're really accurate because it's like whenever you're about to think that you're dropping a big bold dish on somebody, and then it falls flat compared to something very simple. And you're like, why the hell is this? Like when I did this wedding, 24 hour cook. I did this. I did the chickens for. They were like an hour and 5 minutes. The pork though was 20 hours. Dude, I literally ran out of chicken. I ran out of chicken and hamburger meat, where I just did grill because they wanted hamburger meat. Literally, like out of the gate comparative to the other one. Like, yeah, dude, it was like I had enough chicken and I had enough ground beef literally to serve everybody without the pork. I always have so much meat. And I'm sitting here just like going like literally 5-to-1 chicken to pork, 5-to-1 beef to pork. And it's like, dude, this ground beef is seasoned ground beef. This is this was flat top cooking ground beef. And like, here I am sitting here having to freaking pull butts and wrap butts and sing to the butts and talk to the butt.
Yep.
And I'm just sitting here and I got three or four butts that I haven't even broke down yet because I don't need to. I don't even need to pull these butts. So I'm like, well, who wants a whole butt that I could probably sell for $50 or $60? The time I put in the labor of all this, but nobody wants it. So,
but yeah, you could do something where you cook this brisket, and because people don't know, I mean, you could cook a brisket where to you you're like, this is mediocre. This isn't my best brisket. It's not fantastic. But one of those people out there who doesn't eat a lot of brisket is going to take a bite and they're going to be like, oh, this is wonderful. This is great. I can't do this. So, I mean, at the same time, what you cook, you're probably much more of a critic on yourself than what other people would be. But it's going to be that simple thing that's going to spark that memory or spark that just thought in them where they're like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now we know that Matt's opening up a chicken wing restaurant.
Yep. Coach Matt's Wings and Things.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea on price point. I mean, chicken wings are expensive now, but
Chicken thighs.
yeah, do chicken thighs.
Quarter chickens, man. Quarter chickens, cheap as mud.
Yeah,
And everyone, you get a lot of meat out of them, and they're easy. They're so easy.
yeah, dude, just do quarter chickens on that thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't have much skill to be able to do anything else. So I think quarter chickens would be a good thing for you to start.
You're not going to dry them out.
You're not going to dry
Where's
them.
that whistle? Where's that whistle at?
It'd be great. Him having a T-shirt with a whistle on there.
Yep.
I think I can coach. Because I sure hell can't cook.
Oh Lord.
Well, listen, I want to go get some food. I don't even know where the heck we got to get food. What are y'all thinking food wise? I have no idea. I don't even know where the heck we're at.
Well, hey, thanks for coming on. It's been fun.
Yeah, this has been good, man. Thank you.
This has been a freaking blast. I look forward to doing this again. It's been a great day. The Braves really establishing that we're going to blow any type of championship because it's a Georgia team, so don't worry about it. We could mess up a wet dream here in Georgia. It is definitely, it is funny that you do have Title Town because if you were technically Title Town, Valdosta was Title Town over Boston on ESPN.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant.
Did no one find how funny that was when they did the first Title Town and Valdosta went over Boston? I was like, okay, listen, I'm a Georgian, but let's just not get ahead of ourselves here about
Green Bay.
what Valdosta's done compared to what Boston's done.
Well, it doesn't matter because Green Bay is over both of them.
Yeah, listen, man, I have a hat pin because I collect hat pins since I was a kid, and my veterinarian gave me this hat pin. It's the 1967 Green Bay Packers versus Kansas City Chiefs.
Super Bowl II.
Yeah, Super Bowl II. 35-17, I think was the score or whatever.
Yep.
I've got that hat pin. Pretty boss hat pin. I was a huge Packers fan. I love sports when I was a kid. Huge Packers fan. So, I was a big Favre to Freeman.
Yeah.
I mean, Reggie White was. I've always been a Green Bay guy. But I've hated how they've ran the organization. Even when they won the championships, like if they ran the organization the way that they should run their organization with Aaron Rodgers, they would have had 3 to 4. They don't run it right.
Yeah, they had a stretch there with Thompson that, and even McCarthy. After he won his first Super Bowl, he got into this thing where he thought he was smarter than everybody and didn't need to adapt, and we're just going to do our thing and we're going to win because of it. And they won a lot of games, they just didn't win a lot of championships.
Correct.
And that's the issue.
Yeah.
So I really like LaFleur, though. I think he's a hell of a coach, and I think he's going to do it.
He's a smart guy. I like that he
Yep.
screw up. I love that he takes accountability. That's big for me. Not a lot of coaches accountability. So
yes, sir. Well, hey, you guys get some grub, but we'll have you on again. We'll do this again.
excellent, guys. Well, much love. I hope that y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day.
You too.
Much love, brother. Thank you very much, man.
Peace, guys.
Have a great one. And there you go, people.
Yep.
Noah Sims.
Oh.
Noah Sims. Well, now that I know I can do this, I'm running all my Zooms from here. This is it. We're done.
Can you get a green screen behind you?
Yeah, not even. That's not even. I won't even try. This is fun. I might have to wear a T-shirt in here just to be like, well.
Wait a minute. I just realized this. Is your laptop floating on a floaty?
Yes.
Okay.
See?
Yeah, for a while I thought you had it on the edge, but no, you have it on a pink floaty tube.
I do. I have it on a big, exactly. It's the Simpsons donut.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see the sprinkles now.
Yeah. With a steel pan, right? I've got a nice steel pan holding the laptop up, so we're good. And it also holds 7 empty beers, so that's pretty neat.
And the other thing is too is I can't tell if you're pissing because you're not pissing in a bottle.
That's all. Hold on. just like Scarlett, right? Standing in the corner. She's making that face. She's pooping behind the couch again.
Lord.
We're just starting potty training now, so thank Jesus.
Oh, you're way ahead of us. We just decided to do with Carter. We're like, he's going to be 3 soon. We got to make him go to the bathroom. Like, he'll go to the bathroom if we're like, hey, let's go potty. We're like, okay. But he doesn't tell us, so we're getting to the point now, okay, we're going to make him tell us and get it over with.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All right.
Fantastic.
Well, hey, yeah, it's been it was a fun, compact show.
Yeah, this was neat. Short and sweet, right? Not bad. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us.
Yes.
On this wonderful Tuesday night.
Live from Mel's hot tub.
There you go. Yeah, this has been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you have a good week.
You too, brother.
You have any events this weekend?
This should be open. Should be wide open. There's nothing too harebrained or crazy happening, so we're okay. We're
Good.
okay.
Well, enjoy that weekend then.
Cheers, brother.
All right. Have a good week, guys, and we'll see you next Tuesday for After the Cook.
See you next Tuesday, people.